What's up guys? Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be talking about what I've been up to for the past few weeks. If you don't know, my last 4 videos have all been a part of a larger whole. Together they make up an interactive puzzle or scavenger hunt, I guess you could call it, where each video had a certain set of clues that if you could decode would take you to a key. And then the key would help you solve the next video, and so on and so forth. There were 4 videos in this puzzle, and they're all posted. It's all done. There was a reward for the first person who could make it to the end, but no one did. So I'm just going to take you guys through each video, how you were supposed to solve them, and where it would lead you. This was the first series of many that I'm going to be doing, so this will kind of give you a good overview of what exactly it is I'm doing, because I don't think I've really ever seen anything like this. I don't know if you have, so I'm kind of going to explain where I'm coming from, and hopefully if you're interested this will help you with the next one. So let's get into it. Alright, so starting with the first video. This one is titled Beget Unreaved Hints, which loosely translates into bring forth hidden hints, or like give rise to not obvious clues. So it does kind of fit in to the theme of these videos, and it does have another meaning, which I'll get to in a second. And then the thumbnail has this grid-like pattern on it that has numbers associated with the grids. All this is important, so let's get into it. So when you click on this video, you'll see in the description that there's a link to a Google form. And if you go to this, it says, "Hello, traveler. The answer you're looking for is 3 words in length, 18 letters total, all lowercase. Solving this will lead to many more. Watch the video closely and the answer may start to reveal itself." So from this, you are supposed to gather that you're looking for an answer that's 3 words in length and 18 letters total. Once you found that answer, you would type it in this text area right here and then submit the form. So to find this 3-worded passcode, there are 3 ways to do it. There was the designed way, which is the way I intended people to solve it. Then there was another way with the title, and then there was a third way, which was with the source code on the Google form. Because all this is just like a regular HTML page, I think. I don't think it's sending anything to a server. So the answer to get through, I believe, would have to be somewhere in the source code. So for the designed way, you have to use the image in the thumbnail, or it's also in the form up on top here. You have to use that, and then in the video, there's 3 important parts. The first part is when I'm doing laundry. The second part is when I'm walking. And then the third part is when I'm doing my paintings, when I hang them up. So if you look at these scenes, you'll start to see a grid pattern form in each individual one, and then from here you can start extracting numbers from these grid patterns. Like this one was 28, 5. You can then turn these into letters because you know you had to find a 3-worded passcode. To do this, all you had to do was do like A equals 1, B equals 2, C equals 3, and so on and so forth. Which, looking back on it now, I kind of realized that this is the hardest one, which probably wasn't the best idea to do for the first one. I would have rather started easy, but you know, it is what it is. So after you do that, and you take every grid-like pattern, change it to a number, and then change it to a letter, you get the adventure begins. And then once you do that, you get past the form, and then you get this key, which will come in handy for the next video. And real quick, the second way you could have solved it with the title is this is actually an anagram for the adventure begins, because that's also 3 words, 18 letters long, and it's all lowercase. But yeah, like I said, this was probably the hardest one to solve, and then after this, it gets a little bit easier. Moving on to the second video. This one's titled Hunt Greatened Vibes, which also is 18 letters long, all lowercase. Yeah, it's an anagram for The Adventure Begins. But anyways, this one, to solve, you need to have this key from the first video. And then also in the description here is a link to a tweet of mine that is just a link to the video, but it also has this photo here. Now, I don't think anyone would know what this means just outright, but if you do a little bit of research, you would find out that these symbols are the symbols for the planets in the solar system. So once you figure that out, you could take the symbols and what planet they reference and then bring it back over to the key and then compare it to what number it relates to on the key. Once you substitute every symbol for a number, you'll start to see that it's timestamps, and then you're supposed to take these timestamps and look at those times in the second video. And you'll also see that there's quotation marks in this picture, which is important because the code you need for this one is my spoken word. And if you were to do that, this is what you get. Follow Hunt Greatened on Twitter. So I'm going to go over to Twitter, search Hunt Greatened, and then go over to people because I don't show up for some reason. And then right here, Hunt Greatened. So if you come over here, you'll find the key for the next video. I wanted to make this at Hunt Greatened Vibes, you know, like the title, but I didn't find out until too late that a Twitter handle can only be 15 characters long. So Hunt Greatened Vibes was too long. I had to just shorten it. All right, video 3. This one is titled Breed 10 Vague Hints, which is also an anagram for The Adventure Begins. And it's also kind of a clue because in this video, I'm solving a Rubik's Cube, but I also am solving a Rubik's Cube on screen. And this Rubik's Cube kind of on screen has numbers associated with the colors. So this one was kind of simple. If you go look at the key that you got from the second video, you'll see that there's a phone emoji and then it looks like a phone number. So all you had to do was match up the colors to their numbers and then plug them in to this phone number. Once you get the phone number, obviously you have to call it. The number worked out to be 816-514-0683. All right, so if I call that, all right, and then that leads us into the last video of the series. The Adventure Begins. It all comes full circle. So I'm not going to tell you the solve to this video. I'm going to leave it up to you to find if you're interested in seeing what's inside the box. But this one isn't too hard. I think you can figure it out. And then, yeah, that is it. So I hope you found this video informative, interesting. I'm going to be back with a new mini-series starting completely fresh from the beginning. I might make it a little bit easier this next time around. So if you're interested in getting in on this, I highly recommend it. I think it would be fun. So come along for the adventure. I mean, what else are you going to do?